Print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More North: Melbourne v Brisbane, Collingwood v Fremantle, Adelaide v Giants, AFL Round 11 scores, stats and commentary. The Giants have reversed recent poor form to deny the Adelaide Crows, after Collingwood eased past Fremantle in a match that saw Brownlow favourite Nat Fyfe come under scrutiny for a high elbow hit. Look back at how the action unfolded in our AFL score centre. Collingwood eases to win, but Fyfe under scrutiny. Fremantle captain Nat Fyfe will come under AFL video review, capping a horror afternoon for the Dockers after Collingwood belted them by 61 points. The Magpies are on a 3-game winning streak and consolidated their top 8 berth with Sunday's 21.12, 138 to 12.5, 77 win at the Macquarie. Fyfe is the Brownlow medal favourite, but was among several Dockers midfielders who had minimal impact. He is also in the match review spotlight for a crude high elbow on Levi Greenwood during the third quarter. Fyfe will probably avoid suspension, given Greenwood was back on his feet immediately after the incident. Collingwood outclassed the young Dockers, who had 7 players in their lineup on Sunday with 10 games or less experience. Fremantle made 6 changes for the game, 4 of them unforced, and were missing veterans such as Aaron Sandilands, Bradley and Stephen Hill and Hayden Ballantyne. Collingwood coach Nathan Buckley will be angry given that Fremantle kicked 4 of the last 6 goals, reducing the margin from a high of 78 points. External link: Magpies v Dockers summary. But the Magpies' scoring has long been one of their biggest issues, and this is the first time they have reached 20 goals in a game since round 5, 2016. Collingwood boosted their percentage by 6 points and they improved from 8th to 7th as they try to make the finals for the first time since 2013, Buckley's second season as coach, with Collingwood midfielders Taylor Adams, Steele Sidebottom and Tom Phillips dominating and Brodie Grundy on top in the ruck. The Dockers' defence was under siege throughout the game. The Fremantle defenders battled manfully, but inevitably the dam wall broke after half-time. Will Hoskin Elliott led the way among the Magpies forwards with 6 goals, a career best. Brodie Myersek also impressed on debut for the Magpies, kicking 4 goals. On a dirty day for Fremantle, on-baller Michael Walters battled despite a sore calf and worked hard, while David Mundy, Ed Langdon and Andrew Brayshaw also stood out. External link: Magpies v Dockers stats. Giants finished strongly to deny the Crows. Greater Western Sydney have upset Adelaide by 16 points to snap a 4-game AFL losing streak. The Giants, with Jeremy Cameron, Zach Langdon and Ryan Griffin kicking 3 goals each, prevailed 14.13, 97, to 11.15, 81, in Sunday's twilight fixture. The victory was the Giants' first over the Crows in Adelaide and was built around the midfield dominance of Stephen Coniglio and Josh Kelly. External link: Crows v Giants summary. Coniglio kicked 2 goals among his 24 disposals and Kelly was brilliant with 31 touches. Fellow on-ballers Dylan Shield, 30 possessions, 1 goal, Lockie Whitfield, 26 disposals, and Jacob Hopper, 21 touches, were also influential as the Giants banked a precious away win. The Crows lost Tom Lynch to a suspected rib injury and have suffered defeats in 3 of their past 4 games to drop out of the top 8. They're now 9th. Adelaide's Bryce Gibbs, 36 possessions, Matt Crouch, 37 disposals, and Rory Laird, 30 touches, found plenty of the ball against the unfancied Giants. But the Crows' attack became overly reliant on the buzz of Eddie Betts, 2 goals. Adelaide's Paul Seedsman and Richard Douglas also potted 2 majors, but GWS held the running before an Adelaide Oval crowd of 44,120 spectators. The Giants led by 19 points at halftime and were 12 up at the last change, only for the Crows to threaten to pinch the points when young Crow Darcy Fogarty goaled from the boundary line 3 minutes into the last quarter. Adelaide hit the front, but it was the Giants and their spearhead Cameron who settled the encounter. He kicked 2 clutch late goals and Langdon added another. The Giants, now with 5 wins for the season, host Gold Coast on Saturday while the struggling Crows travel to play Fremantle next Sunday. Greater Western Sydney edged an enthralling contest against the Adelaide Crows to secure a crucial 16-point win. External link: Crows v Giants stats. Kangaroos account for fighting Lions. A star turn from Shaun Higgins has helped North Melbourne to a comfortable 54-point win over a depleted Brisbane at Docklands. The Lions suffered a disastrous injury toll and played the second half of the 141 to 12.15, 87 AFL defeat on Sunday with just one fit player on the bench. Charlie Cameron, ankle, Alan Christensen, concussion, and Hugh McCluggage, hamstring, all left the game in the first half after Jared Berry was a late withdrawal with hamstring soreness. North forward G. Simpkin enjoyed a solid afternoon, but will come under scrutiny for the first quarter bump that left Christensen dazed. Combative Lion Mitch Robinson was reported for a bump on Higgins in the third quarter, but the Starroo was able to continue. External link, Kangaroos v Lions summary. His 38 possession performance set a new career high. North had plenty of other contributors, with Luke McDonald, 34 disposals and 2 goals, Ben Cunnington, 28 touches and Jax Ebel, 19 possessions and 3 goals, all important. Paul Ahern had an AFL debut to remember. The former GWS midfielder amassing 29 possessions. Former Brisbane skipper Dane Beams had to contend with master tagger Ben Jacobs, and he won the day with a superb 32 disposal, 5-goal effort. 11 rounds into the season, the Lions still haven't won a first quarter after the Roos bounded out to a 33-point lead at the first break. A smashing of 100-plus points was in the offing when the margin increased to 55 points at halftime, but Chris Fagan will at least take heart in the way his undermanned team played out the contest. External link, Kangaroos v Lions stats. They stemmed the bleeding to trail by 57 points at three-quarter time and, with 4 goals to Beams, won the final term against all odds. The Kangaroos had their own injury issues. Tom Murphy was called out of the crowd to make his AFL debut after Jared Waite experienced calf tightness in the warm-up. Jed Anderson didn't feature in the second half after he suffered a hip injury. Our AFL ladder. External link, AFL 2018 ladder print. Email, Facebook, Twitter.